Okay, this doesn't relate to the video topic at all, but now that I have a YouTube channel, I can finally show the world one of the worst deaths I've experienced in a game. You know Splatoon 2 Octo expansion? You know the mission where you gotta protect a ball from an immensely high amount of Octolings and it's insanely hard? Well, I died with 0.003 seconds left once. Here's proof. Hello everyone, Mark255 here, and welcome to my first review of 2022. If you watched my first update video, you'd know that I want to start doing less F&F content, and I thought of the idea of a Super Mario Odyssey review on the spot. Well, here we are doing exactly that. I've had a very strange relationship with this game, and I'm going to tell you all now. Back in 2017, I was more than excited for this game, and then I got it for Christmas, and oh my god, it was flawless. From the kingdoms, to the controls, to the captures, to the amount of content, to the costumes, to the hint art, to the jump rope, to the volleyball, all of it was too good to be true. I couldn't stop obsessing over this game throughout the entirety of 2018. Until the end, where my interests moved elsewhere to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Undertale. However, I kept looking back at that game being like, was it really that good? I started to think the game was far from flawless, and it started to go down a lot on my top 10 Mario games, and favourite games as well. Then I played through it again, and it shot up a lot again, but still not my absolute favourite. Now, not being as much of a stupid idiot as I was in 2017, let's look back a little over 4 years over release to see how good the game really is. I'll always start with gameplay when doing reviews like this, as I think that's the most important part of a game. With that being said, the gameplay in this game is so damn good, man. Just the way Mario feels to control is the best in the series, bar none. You can do an unbelievable amount of crazy stunts in this, like the infamous impossible jump, which is actually pretty easy when you're good at the game. From going all the way here to here without dying. All the different captures just add to the craziness of the gameplay. From the frogs, to the poles in New Donk City, to the electric wires, to the cactus, to the tree. Okay, some of them are pretty bare bones with only one thing you can do, but the majority of them are great. If you get good at the game, you can go from slowly meandering up to this area to doing this. I can see why I constantly played this game for about an hour, moved to Puyo Puyo Tetris 1 demo for about 10 minutes, then went back throughout the most of 2018. Yes, I was sad and I still am, that's a joke, guys. With that being done, let's talk about 9 times out of 10, when you think of this game, you'll think of one kingdom exclusively, and then start to remember others. Let's just real quickly run through each kingdom in order of my opinion as well. I refuse to do this in more than 2 breaths. Cap, unique start to a Mario game, quite forgettable though. Cascade, incredible music, layout, and dinosaur, great. Sand, maybe a bit too big, but it's still near flawless. Lake, super chill and fun, surprisingly. Wooded, great feel to it, super fun to play. Cloud, who cares? Lost, most fun one to play in a speedrun. Metro, the best almost factually. Snow, meh. Seaside, pretty forgettable, worse than Lake. Luncheon, underrated and fun. Ruined, who cares? Bowser, probably top 3, way too fun. Moon, really cool, overshadowed by the ending. Dark Side, just a boss rush and harder versions of other missions, not very cool. Dark Side, we'll get to that later, oh god. So yeah, some of the kingdoms are the coolest things in a Mario game, and some of the clown ruined kingdoms, so yeah. There's not really any increase or decrease in quality throughout the game, they just kinda go up and down. There's not really a lot to say in this section, honestly. I just said all I needed to say in 30 seconds. Here's the tier list if you are curious, and let's move on. I probably should have done this earlier, but let's actually describe on what the quote-unquote story is. Basically, Bowser wants to forcefully marry Peach, and he goes around the world to make a banger wedding, and Big Man Mario doesn't want that, so he stops him. That's it. I mean, you don't expect a Mario game to have a super interesting story. At least Bowser has a reason to kidnap Peach this time instead of doing it for the evil points. Bowser has a pretty threatening presence throughout the game though, at least compared to other Mario games. He shows up at Cloud and Ruin to give you a boss fight and that's it, and traces of him and what he's done are in every other kingdom. I guess now's a good time to talk about the bosses of the game, because they're pretty relevant. Honestly, a lot of them are actually pretty forgettable to me. I never really remembered the octopus guy, the weird Buddha looking guy, or this thing on my most recent playthrough, but most of them are a fun time at least. The only ones I really remembered were the Broodals, and speaking of them, they're just like a more interesting version of the Koopalings. They're all okay to fight, but some of them are way easier than others. Like, the poison spewing guy, compared to the top hat guy, is like comparing Kirby's Epic Yarn to Dark Souls. The big female Broodal with the chain chomp kinda blows though. Like, the big Broodal machine thing does too, they're just not fun and a bit annoying, honestly. However, the final parts of the game are incredible. After a refight against Bowser, the moon starts to crumble and Mario, Peach and Bowser's dead corpse are stuck. So, what's Mario's idea to get out of this predicament? Well, obviously take control of Bowser and use him to destroy pillars, blocks, etc. to get out. Words cannot describe how fun and climactic these last moments are, with the music. The music going in! Speaking of the music, another great part of the game is the music, with Lost Kingdom, Wooded Kingdom and Jump Up Superstar being personal favourites. Anyway, after you leave the chasm, I'll just show the entire ending cutscene, as it's one of the best in Mario history. Yeah, it's super fun to watch, and this image goes hard. Feel free to screenshot. Well, Peach is saved, and there's nothing else to do. Oh god, oh no. Oh jeez, I've only played like 10% of the game. Yeah, after you beat the game, you have around 100 to 150 moons, right? Well, there's like 880 unique moons. Max you can hold is 999. Yeah, because of how fun the game is as a whole and how addicting the controls are, most of the time, it's a blast going back to the kingdoms you've already been to and getting all the moons you missed. You do have incentives to get them all, as by then you'd have unlocked the dark side, the darker side, a gold balloon for the Odyssey, etc. However, you see all this coming. The game repeats many, and I mean many missions, like finding Peach, finding this Toasterinian guy, finding the floating car or the Sphinx guy, answering that same Sphinx's questions, and more. Just to add on to this, there are 3 things I want to outline that are straight up torture to deal with. And if you played this game before, you'd know exactly what I'm going to talk about. Jump rope, volleyball, hint art. These 3 things alone honestly make this game less than a 10 out of 10, no cap. The 2 endurance tests I just mentioned are just way too hard to do. With the jump rope, you need to find the perfect jump timing and execute it perfectly 100 times in a row in order to get the 100 jump moon. And with the volleyball, you need to react super fast once you reach like 30 or 50 shots, and you need to hit the right directions and hit the Y button without missing once 100 times in a row to get the moon, and it's honestly harder than the jump rope. Now, with the hint arts, they're just confusing as fuck. They don't show very clear hints of what to do, and you'll almost certainly need to guide to figure out what to do. I needed it at least. And for some reason, Nintendo was like, hee hint art, go brr, and gave us like 10 more to find an 8-bit Luigi who gives you like 200 coins. There are other things in the game that I either just don't care about or are just there for filler, like the Snow Kingdom racing and the pricing of some things being the maximum amount of money you can hold. For now, I'll talk about the main thing to get to after beating Bowser for the first time. The darker side is the big, hard last level of the game, similar to Champions Road from Mario 3D World and Grandmaster Galaxy and Galaxy 2. It's a super long level, with many concepts meshed together from previous parts of the game thrown at you to try and stop your path. Now, this is just a really fun level to play through and all, but the game is just too generous to you in this level. There's so many hearts to heal you, King Hearts to increase your health to 6, and areas of the level you can just outright skip, like the No Cappy section and the 2 sections after. The other 2 difficult levels from other Mario games either don't give you anything throughout the level, or force you to only have 1 hit point. And honestly, the thing is, whenever you beat the difficult level in these games, you can You can usually beat them first time the next time you try it. It's weird. That's what I've had. I feel like they should just give you harder versions of previous concepts instead of throwing a couple of concepts together more to make yourself adjusted to them to breeze through those areas. This section is about all the other stuff I couldn't make into its own section. Stuff like costumes. So many of them with so many interesting designs. But the peak of the costumes is the 8-bit Mario one. Truly one for the ages. But how do you get those costumes? Why, with purple coins, of course. And they're okay. It can be fun to collect them whilst hunting Power Moons, but it's pretty damn annoying trying to find them around after getting all the Power Moons you need. On my first playthrough, I was just a complete dumbass, and the last things I needed for 100% were the purple coins in Bowser's Kingdom just before the main boss fight with the Mecha Broodal, and I was so mad. Here's an image of when I found out. Yeah. I've already talked about how good the music is, with this being one of the best OSTs in Mario history. Galaxy 1 having the best, don't at me. But Jump Up Superstar is just on another plane of existence. After just casually listening to it for so many years, and now that I can really listen to the lyrics, I genuinely nearly tear up towards the end, because the lyrics just fill me with so much joy and happiness, as it just reminds me that there are still good things in the world and potential for good things. I know that the song's a bit overplayed at this point, but I just don't care. It's still a masterpiece of music. I think I've said everything I've needed to so far, so I think I'll wrap things up now. So yeah, I've been dumb on multiple occasions with this game. This is not a masterpiece, as there's some really annoying things in this game, as I've mentioned before, and it's not a mediocre game at all either. This is an incredibly fun game, with immensely fun gameplay, creative ideas in the main levels, and a banging OST. I'll give this game an 8 out of 10. But I like to rank games out of 100 because all my favourite games would be a 10 out of 10. So Mario Odyssey gets a definitive ranking from me of 83 out of 100. If the rumours on Mario Odyssey 2 are true, I'll do a review of that, and I hope it can improve on everything the first game didn't do well. Anyways guys, that just about does it for my first relatively high effort video, everybody. I really hope you all enjoyed it. And if you like my channel, then why not subscribe, click the like button, check out these videos, share with friends and family, check out my Twitch channel and click the bell. It'll let you be notified when any new videos come out. Anyways guys, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.